Hello everyone! Now, I have just watched the Nintendo E3 press conference 2015 and I'm slightly disappointed. After Microsoft and Sony delivering a fantastic E3 press conference, I expected Nintendo to be at least somewhat entertaining, to be something, and yeah, they did entertain on the little cutscenes in between each announcement. Little puppets. They were fun to look at. They created a puppet of Miyamoto, Satoru Iwata, and Reggie, perfectly recreated in this incredible caricature. I like the Robot Chicken animations from last year, and I think this was also very fun to watch. I do like Nintendo's way of handling E3 now. They no longer have a press conferences. They have a sort of championship. Like last year they had Super Smash Brothers Wii U tournament. This year they had the Nintendo World Championship, which I'm watching. I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but by what I've seen, it's pretty impressive though. But the direct itself, it wasn't much longer than any other Nintendo Direct, and they didn't really, honestly, they didn't reveal a whole lot. This could have been just another Nintendo Direct. Like, I feel like like a few months ago, they planned, like a half year ago, they planned this Direct, what they were going to show. They're going to have Star Fox, they were going to have an Animal Crossing board game. What is up with that? And I think they knew it was okay to not have that much stuff because they were going to show Zelda. They were going to show Zelda for the Nintendo Wii U. But then they thought, oh god, we gotta add more stuff to the Zelda game. We gotta make it kick ass. So they delayed the game till 2016. And with that, we didn't get any kind of footage of Zelda at all. A lot of people have speculated that sure, maybe we will get some footage of Zelda, because, I don't know, why not? But then again, if they did show footage from The Legend of Zelda, it would kind of like ruin our trust for Nintendo. They said they're not going to show Zelda on Wii U. They didn't show it, and I am kind of glad they didn't show Zelda for the Wii U, because they said they weren't. Just stop talking about it coming in during the spring. It's not gonna come out early 2016. No, it's gonna be during the fall. It's been delayed by a full year. Well, Zelda, okay, we didn't get in Zelda. What did they show us? We got Star Fox for the Wii U, and they revealed a new Zelda Triforce game. That looked pretty cool. I mean, I freaking loved A Link to the Past. I'm sorry, A Link Between Worlds. And it makes total sense to make a co-op game. I kind of expected it to be on the Wii U, but yeah, they put it on the 3DS. Same engine, obviously they didn't have it ported to the Wii U. You can always expect them to do this. They always make a second game using the same engine. Super Mario Galaxy 2, Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. So they always do that. And it makes totally sense. The highlight for me in this entire direct was, in fact, The Legend of Zelda Triforce Quest. Is that the name? It's really hard to make these impression videos right after watching the direct, because I don't remember the name of these games. It was something about Triforce Quest, because it is not 4 swords. You play 3 characters. But that's fine. And I like the idea of a co-op Zelda game, because like these levels and all these puzzles are designed around co-op. It's not like New Super Mario Brothers. It's not like 3D World, where you just have extra people helping out, killing enemies and jumping through, and you have to wait for them to get through things and have them float in bubbles and burst their bubbles. And it's not like that. I don't get why Nintendo are implementing co-op in their Mario games, but it makes total sense in Zelda. And even if you play by yourself, you will be able to like switch between the three characters. There will always be three characters, so it is co-op optimized, and that is the big difference. Why I think the Zelda, I think Triforce Adventure, I don't remember the name of the game. And it's the reason why I think it's going to be a pretty good game. I'm really looking forward to that. But then they had Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS. Yeah, it makes sense. They did also, this game leaked out a few days ago, which is just going to be a Hyrule Warriors with less enemies. But hey, it's cool. Wind Waker characters, that's cool. And Star Fox for the Wii U was the big thing here. I never played through any of the Star Fox games, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But that's their big game this fall. Star Fox for the Wii U. They didn't give any release dates, but I'm assuming this game is pretty much finished, right? It's gonna be out this fall. They got some content from the original Lylat Wars game, Star Fox in America. Star Fox 64. They got some stuff from Star Fox 2, the Super Nintendo Star Fox 2, which never got released. So that's pretty cool. And it sort of, feels like there's a lot of variety to the gameplay. You can play as a sort of helicopter thing that can drop a little Rob the Robot buddy and walk around, collect things, solve puzzles. So I might pick it up, but I kind of feel it's not going to be a huge thing. They did announce a Metroid game, but a 2D Metroid game or a 3D Metroid game? I thought there was definitely not going to be a 3D Metroid game because Retro Studios just recently, not very long ago, came out with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. It's too early for a Metroid Prime. So I thought there would be a 2D Metroid game. Now there was a cancelled 2D Metroid game a while ago, but I thought there's going to be a 2D Metroid game. But no, we didn't get that. We got something else. Another kind of Metroid game, or a sort of odd spin-off game with a Metroid name on it. I'm not sure what this was. It's very action focused. It doesn't seem to be like a lot of puzzles like what Metroid is known for. So I can see a lot of Metroid fans just raging when they saw that. And I was a little disappointed by that. That's the Metroid we got. Then we got Mario Maker. Mario Maker looks freaking amazing. They didn't really reveal anything new about it, but Mario Maker is looking freaking fantastic. Like, I'm really tired of New Super Mario Brothers. I think it's really boring that we get a new freaking New Super Mario Brothers for every console. And now we're like finally getting something else. We're getting a Mario Maker. We can download the community stages. We can build community stages with the most insanely deep customization Mario making engine I've ever seen. If any of you have used something like Lunar Magic, which is a Super Mario World level editor, it's kind of limited because you can't use enemies in any kind of stage. They're not really cross-compatible or anything. Super Mario Maker is so freaking deep. They've retrofitted and customized every freaking sprite, every single object to fit these 4 titles that they are including in the game. Super Mario Bros. 1, 3, World, and U. And it makes total sense. You can switch between these gameplay styles and graphic art styles. Last year when you saw Mario Maker, it was a cool little editor thing, but nothing special. But it's evolved like crazy after just 1 year. It's insane. You can stack Bowsers on top of each other. You can have Bowser Jr. in the original Super Mario Brothers. You can put assets from newer Mario games into older Mario games and vice versa. It's absolutely insane. I'm still kind of disappointed that they don't have Super Mario Brothers 2 customizable, because I really do like Super Mario Brothers 2. But it makes sense. It's a very different game and it would be hard to retrofit everything. So what they've done is fantastic. But they didn't reveal anything new. That's the problem. But, that's the thing about Nintendo's press conferences. They are hit and miss. This one falls under the category of the crappier Nintendo E3 press conferences. Last year was amazing for Nintendo, right? But the Microsoft and Sony E3 press conferences were not as good. But this year, it seems like Microsoft and Sony really made some incredible E3 press conferences, while Nintendo were a little short. I think like the problem is that we didn't have a Zelda there. So if they did have a Zelda and they really put a lot of time into Zelda, you can make a good press conference with almost putting all of your resources into showing one game. Proven with the Bethesda E3 press conference, which put almost all of its focus on Fallout 4. But I'm thinking next year. Dude, next year for Nintendo, just showing Zelda. You don't need to show anything else. You know, screw making an E3 press conference next year. Just making a Zelda conference. Just show Zelda for the Wii U. Star Fox U looks great though. But Zelda is your thing. And they didn't show a 3D Mario game. I'm kind of glad they didn't. I had sort of feeling they were going to show Super Mario Galaxy 3. I could sort of touch on that. I'm a huge fan of 3D Mario games. And like the last really innovative 3D Mario game they made was Super Mario Galaxy back in 2007. Since then, there's been less than 2 years between each 3D Mario game. You know, counting Mario 3D World and 3D Land, 3D World, which aren't really 3D games in my opinion. But I was kind of hoping that now at this point, they'll make a really good 3D Mario game. Put it on the NX. It's going to be freaking amazing. Taking inspiration from Super Mario 64, but just innovating in new mind-blowing ways. The way Galaxy did, the way Sunshine did. I still don't get why a lot of people didn't like Sunshine, because that game was freaking amazing. But yeah, overall, I'm glad there wasn't a new 3D Mario game. I guess a lot of people are expecting Galaxy 3. But I feel like Galaxy 3 isn't really necessary to be made, because Galaxy 2 made so much sense because they had a lot of ideas left, you know, for Super Mario Galaxy. That's why they made the second one, and it was on the same console. There really is no reason to make a third one, because they kind of maybe ran out of ideas. And besides, they would have to put it on a different console. That would require a lot of optimization, a lot of changing the engine, maybe like building a new engine from the ground up, and it's not worth it. So that's why I would rather just see a brand new Mario game being made from the ground up. I want to see it as an early title for the NX, maybe like after a year, not a launch title, but after a year, like Galaxy with the Wii. And it's built from the ground up, taking inspiration from Super Mario 64, but blowing everyone's mind, being platform game of the year. It's not just gonna be platforming game of the year, it's gonna be game of the year. It's gonna be the most incredible platform experience you've ever seen. It's an open-ended, non-linear Mario game like Super Mario 64, but it's the great golden Mario game that we've been waiting for since Super Mario 64. It's just get ready to get your minds blown, because it's not 3D World 2, it's not 3D Land, it's not a hybrid between 2D and 3D. It is a purely 3D Mario game with a health bar, no run button, open-ended level design, non-linear, collecting stars. It is the best Super Mario 3D platformer that you could just dream of. And it isn't the new Super Mario Brothers in 3D. But that's coming in a few years. Several years. Because they need a lot of time to make that. But I'm sure that's what they're making right now. I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about Mario. I think they know what they're doing. They're making the great freaking Mario game right now. They're not gonna come out with a Mario game every second year. No. They're gonna GTA Mario. They're gonna Zelda Mario. Why is it that Zelda comes out so rarely and manages to be so good every time, but Mario comes out so frequently and it's just a cookie cutter game? No, we need to return to the time when each Mario game was freaking amazing. It is coming. as an early title to the NX. That's the future of Nintendo. That is the future I hope for. So that's that. I think I've been going on for too long, so I don't have anything more to say. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'll see you later.